got a hammer in one hand, gypsy at his feet, a rat terrier chihuahua mix keeping watch on the street. That tiny house is coming along, bored by stubborn board. He's building more than walls, he's building his own world. Whistle Stop Homestead, where the rooster crows at dawn, where the garden grows wild and the coffee's always on. He's the butt of every joke, but he don't let it sting. Whistle Stop Homestead, where the bachelor is king. He's got a crate of baby chicks bouncing in his old truck bed. Off to the farm, he says, to earn my daily bread. Friends tease him for his overalls, his life's so small and slow, but he just tips his hat and says, you wish you had my glow. The fish bite best when the world's asleep. He casts his line and his thoughts run deep. Whistle Stop Homestead, where the dirt feels like gold, where the stories flow as free as the moonshine cold. He takes their ribbon with a grin, fires back with a zing. Whistle Stop Homestead, where the bachelor is king. He's live on his channel, just cracking a joke. Watch me burn this stew, y'all, it's practically smoke. Gypsy barks, the screen shakes, the comments roll in, and he laughs so hard, it's like the best kind of sin. Whistle Stop Homestead, where the rooster crows at dawn, where the garden grows wild and the coffee's always on. He's the butt of every joke, but he don't let it sting. Whistle Stop Homestead, where the bachelor is king. Whistle Stop Homestead, where the bachelor is king.
Welcome, everyone. Well, we're having some kind of difficulties here. My guest could not get her computer to work for this program. Then I had her on the phone, her phone, and we were chit-chatting. And then 2 minutes before we're ready to go live, she disappeared. And she tried to come back in, and it's not letting her. So we may have to reschedule this live, or this interview for her. Thank you, ma'am, Lynn. So if she makes it in, we will have the interview. If she does not, we will reschedule this one, because I think this interview will be freaking awesome. She told me a little bit about herself and what she does, and I do believe a lot of us are going to love this channel. So we'll just have to see if she comes back in. If not, hopefully she comes in the chat or she's listening, and I will reschedule this with her for another time and everything, because I'm going to branch out away from the community that I'm in and start exploring other avenues and all that stuff. and I'm one tired puppy today. I finally got to bed. I laid down about 5 a.m., couldn't sleep, got back up, did some more stuff, and finally fell asleep about 12 o'clock this afternoon. Got a phone call at 3, and then I've been up since 3 this afternoon. So it's just going to be me. For now, I will post a link if anybody wants to come up and keep me company until we find out about what happened with my interviewee. So I will put it in the chat. I'll post it, pin it, and there we go. So if anybody wants to come up and chit chat with me, that'd be great. If not, that's fine too. Hello. Let me go through the chat and say hi to everybody that's come in. We got Darlene. Happy Easter. Da Moose. Yes, I can barbecue. Tony. Welcome in. Minty Cactus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And my sister, Simply Jan Homestead. Welcome in. Welcome in, Nightbot. Then we got Paul Honeyman. Welcome in, sir. Glad you can join me today. Mike's Adventure. Hope you're feeling well, sir. Lynn Farmed Okie OG. Welcome, welcome. And yes, Devil Dog's the one that made that intro video for me and picked that music. So I kind of like it. Welcome in, Mr. Mitchell. Civvy, welcome in. Hillbilly. Frank, welcome in. Shawnee, hello. Treasure Hunter Neil, welcome. Just scanning through. The Wild Huckleberry, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. And I think I got everybody. I'm almost to the bottom. BNS Odyssey, Beth, welcome in. Well, Ed, you admit Jan's your sister? Yeah, I do. That's one lady. I got her back just like she's got mine. And Having Fun in Nature, welcome in. I was just on your live for a little bit. Brian, who? The other guy. Oh, that's right. The other guy's here. Brian from Having Fun in Nature. Welcome in. We got through all the... So now it's me time. Yay, Shawnee. Well, I did some stuff yesterday. I went to Lowe's. I budgeted myself because I want to have a garden this year. I want to start growing some stuff and making my own seasonings and stuff like that for my barbecue sauce that I make. So I budgeted myself for a certain amount of money to get my gardening stuff. I went way under that, which I was surprised. So I went back yesterday and got some more. And as soon as I stepped out there to start picking up the soil and the compost, it started pouring down, freaking raining. I mean, the bottom just fell out. But I have it in the back of my truck. I put a garden bed together, which I thought I would have enough soil for. All 4 of these that I bought, no, they're bigger than what I thought they were. They're longer than what I thought they were. They're not as tall as I thought, but they're longer, which is great. Now I got to figure out where I'm going to put 3 of them. But I had put one together last night. I sent a picture to Simply Jan and Peaches POV to see what they thought about it. And it's a good size, but I'm going to put them in my front yard. I have these wooden pallet things. Their sides. It was a pallet, and they have sections that come off. They have the metal clips down at the bottom to hold onto each other. So I just took 2 of those and put them out here by my front door, and they're going to work perfect. They're about this tall, so that's going to work out perfect. Do you have a gardening permit? I don't need a freaking gardening permit. They can all just kiss my ass. This county sucks as it is. Yeah, my town, you have to have permits to have like deliveries made to your house. They want you to spend $75 for a permit, and they can kiss my butt. I ain't doing that. freaking a bug. You're funny, Paul. I'm not reading that out loud. Yeah, they want you to have permits for everything here where I live. And I just told them, no, I'll see them in court before I do all that crap. Yes, that's all I can do here, Shawnee, is raise beds because until I can build a retaining wall in the back of my yard to stop all the water from rushing through my backyard, underneath this house, through the front yard, I have to put a retaining wall up and then have dirt, lots of dirt, probably at least 20 dump trucks fulls of dirt to raise this entire yard up higher. But kissing permits ain't happening with me, Mr. Timmy. So I've got to get all these plants that I got right here in the soil. But what I have to do first is outline it where I'm going to leave this raised garden bed and then burn the grass out. I'm going to get my blowtorch out and burn all the grass down, put it back. Then I'm going to load it up with cardboard, line it really good, thick with cardboard. Then I'm going to put all my soil into it because I'm going to grow that one raised bed that I just put together, and I have 3 more to put together. I can do probably 4 different sections of different things to grow in just that. Then I'm going to have 2 smaller ones, one for, hold on, I got them right here. I'm going to plant my regular onions. I like these onions here. And then I'm going to plant these onions in 2 different raised beds. So it's going to be fun. And then I think I just got a message from Penny Ortiz. Okay. I got to reply back to this message real quick. Hold on. We had a little issue. Yeah, I was waiting for a package from Penny Ortiz. So I went to my post office box and there was nothing there. So I got a hold of her and I'm like, there's no package. I know you sent that out a while ago. She calls me back yesterday. By the way, I know where your package is. I'm like, where? She goes, sitting at my house. It came back, said it couldn't be delivered. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Well, we found out what happened. Okay, we may have our interview now. Hold on. Let me introduce my guest. There we go. You made it back. Are you on your computer or your phone?
I'm on my computer.
Oh, you got it to work.
Yeah, my internet went out.
Oh,
I had
okay.
to reload everything.
Okay. Well, let me finish up this little story real quick. So we found out what she did. She put the address, but she didn't finish out the address and then put where it was going. So they couldn't deliver it. So I turned around and just gave her my home address so she can resend it again. I felt so bad for her. But hey, at least we know it's not lost in the mail, right, folks? Yes, and this is Mona Miller that will be right back. I met her on Minty Cactus Live. She had some problems with her computer. Now we know it was her internet. She was on her phone, and then she disappeared. But now she's back, and I am going to make her bigified, and she is going to tell us all about her and what she does and why she's on YouTube. Are you ready for this?
I'm as ready as I'm going to be.
Okay, I'm going to make you bigger to cover the whole screen. You let us know
Okay.
about you, what you do, and why you're on YouTube. And here you go. And if anybody has questions for her, put them in the comments. My mods keep an eye on that for me, and I will also be watching it. Go for it.
Well, hello everybody. Most folks know me as Mona Miller, or I'm known on YouTube as Mona Moments, or as the Bug Tussler. Uh, I have a business called Bug Tussling. Bug tussling is the art of making people smile, and I try to do that every day. Well, actually, it's the art of making strangers smile. You can always make your friends smile, but it's real hard to make strangers smile. So, and I've been the morale officer for Veterans Week here in Branson, which is from November the 5th through the 10th, the parade on the 11th, for the last 26 years. I greet and meet every vet that comes to the Veterans Village during that week, and have a tendency to give every single one that comes there a big old hug. And I'm not talking one of those, oh, it's nice to see you hugs. No, I grab them and I hold on and hug. Yeah, that's me. What else do you want to know?
Whatever you do for veterans, what you told me yesterday,
Oh, well,
let it all out.
I have the Veterans Convoy of Honor. We usually run from November the 8th through the 11th, but this year, being it's the 250th birthday, and we're always the tail end of the parade anyway, and folks is already lined up on the street. Since we come in last, we're going to take first place in the convoy, and we're going to be encouraging all the folks that was riding in the parade to fall in line behind us for the 250th convoy through Branson in honor of our vets. It should be a real big day on November the 11th of this year. And every year I tend to cook a whole lot of turkeys and a lot of food and dressing and sweet taters and whole taters for my first responders. I fed last year, the account was over 300 of the finest firefighters, police officers, deputies, and highway patrolmen in the country, right here in Missouri. And I'm a storyteller, and I'm about to get published. The State of the Ozark magazine features me. Yeah, me! This month. So, it's a quarterly magazine, and it's basically local. But I don't care. It still means I get published. That's kind of cool. Now, I think I told it all.
No. So far, so good. What made you decide to start a YouTube channel? With that, as busy as you are with what you've got going on, and if you want to tell people, well, you did in Branson. Funny part about this, guys, I used to live right outside of Branson, and I never knew any of that stuff was going on there with her. Hello, Jamie. Welcome in. And I was hoping a couple of vets that are normally on my channel would have came in, because they would have loved that. One's a Marine, one's a Navy, and I don't know how many other people are in here that are veterans. But we know Devil Dog's keeper, Jamie. She's a veteran of putting up with a veteran, and she has her hands full there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know Devil Dog, you'll understand.
Yeah. Well, see, Branson, we went about 5 years ago. We got Branson officially proclaimed the most patriotic city in the United States. There's a lot of places that celebrate Veterans Day. Well, Branson sets aside a whole week where we do nothing but have free shows and meals and things like that for our veterans. But we also celebrate our vets 365 days a year here in Branson. If you come to Branson and you let us know that you're a vet, we're going to give you a discount on your food. We're going to give you a discount on your rooms. We're going to give you a discount on entertainment. Yes, we got 365 5 days a year.
Your internet's
Okay,
going
Ed, you
wacky.
go.
Your internet is going wacky.
I had problems getting connected.
Yeah, it just went out for a minute.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
you sounded like a robot,
Oh,
but now
well,
you're back. But
I could do
see,
a robot.
yeah, but see, this is what I love about people that she's also a vet, if I remember correctly.
Yes, U.S. Army.
So she was in the army, and she lives in a town that I know very well because I've been there. That supports the vets, which not a lot of towns do that, especially 365 days a year. That's what I love about this,
Honey,
and that's why.
that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing more important in Branson than our vets. In fact, we're getting ready to hold a whole weekend for Rally Point Branson, where we invite the vets to come in and we offer all kinds of things. This year, we're offering something every single weekend in honor of our vets.
See, that's awesome. That is awesome. But
We during Veterans Week, we even feed every single veteran for free at our mess hall at Veterans Village.
oh, nice. What else can people ask for, especially our vets? Free food. They all line up.
Oh yeah, they
So,
start. It opens up at 11 at 30, and they'll start lining up at 10:30.
oh wow, that is awesome. So you're a busy woman. You do convoys. You cook for the vets. What made you decide to make more on your plate by starting a YouTube channel?
Well, on account of I was in the convoy, and they told me I needed to be on a YouTube, get a YouTube channel. So they gave me a name and helped me get subscribers so that I could go live on YouTube. And we was at the People's Convoy, and they said I needed a YouTube channel, so I got me a YouTube channel.
Okay. Do you like doing YouTube?
I'm really going to. I don't do a lot of YouTube unless I really got something on my mind
Oh
before I
boy.
go live. But I'm a working on uh, going more on the live with my garden out here. I just put in a block patio, and I'm an artist. I draw, I paint. I took 6 years of it under my belt. 4 years, 2 years, 2 or 3 years in high school and 4 years in college to learn to draw and paint and sculpture and that sort of thing. So every time I start working on a yard, because I like doing it with natural stuff and outdoors, and somebody makes me move, and I got to rip it all out.
Oh no.
Well, we got new owners in the park, and I thought I was going to have to move again, that they's going to raise my rent beyond my means. But instead, they grandfathered me in, and they told me I don't have to move. And I can have more than 3 flower pots in my yard. I can decorate my yard. I can have my fish pond. I don't have to tear it out. So I'm getting ready to do my patio. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to I'm going to attempt to live stream me doing 3-dimensional painting on a block patio and putting up artificial flowers and real flowers and fairy gardens and all of those things. And then when I'm finished, I'm actually going to have an outdoor studio that I can sit in and talk current events.
Nice. But you need to do a video like Brian said, in which we call it. His name is Brian. He's part of Having Fun in Nature. We call him the other guy. But
Okay.
Tiffany thinks you should do some garden videos so we can learn from the older generation of how
Well,
they do stuff.
the problem with that is I'm too old to stand and water a garden anymore. And I grow the garden every year since I was 15 years old.
So a
And
couple
last,
years ago.
Yeah, I'm 71 now and I'm proud of it. I've earned every gray hair on my head and every wrinkle on my forehead. Yes, I raised 10 young'uns and gave birth to none. To
Oh
imagine
wow.
that. But, you know, it's not the gardening tips that people know. You can get that from AI, you can get it from a book. Those are the things that it's more to being able to survive when things go wrong. I'm more a survivalist person. In fact, I've spent 4 years in the Civil Air Patrol as a survival specialist, and I've worked hurricanes and tornadoes from coast to coast and shore to shore and in foreign countries, helping with people to survive after the storms. So, folks just need to start getting prepared and need to be prepared all the time because that's what I want to teach. I want to teach things that are going to help people because you never know when you're going to have a personal disaster, your house catches fire and blows down, or a community disaster because a tornado came through and rolled the whole town away. Okay? Or a state disaster like Helena in Tennessee and North Carolina or South Carolina. Those places had immediate disasters, and folks weren't prepared for that. They ain't prepared. I mean, what would most folks do if suddenly, all of a sudden, without warning, you ain't got no electricity no more and nothing with the computer works? You
You
can't draw
know,
no money out of the bank. You
you
ain't
know,
pumping no gas out of the gas station. Food's gonna go bad quick everywhere. You can't refrigerate anything unless you prepared. If you ain't got yourself a solar generator or a whole lot of fuel for a regular generator, or wait, if you don't know how to make fuel, once it's gone, it's gone. Those kind of things are what I would like to sit down and teach people. Like the most important piece of equipment. People don't know it's a great big steel pot. You can do a lot of things with the pot. You can make drinking water. You can cook in it. You can carry things in it. You can use it for cooking food. You can use it for getting rid of the waste food, Put a bag in it and it's now your chamber pot. It's your head protection when the hail falls. You can do a lot of things with a pot. But do you know how many people don't own a good steel pot?
yep.
You'd be surprised what people could do if they just knew what to do.
And I'm learning every day from everybody on YouTube. But what you said there is be prepared if you don't have electricity. You know how many YouTubers would cry in the fetal position if they couldn't do YouTube because they're not
Yeah,
prepared? There's thousands and thousands of YouTubers that would
5 pound
curl up
sack
and
of
cry.
potatoes will charge your telephone and more.
Say that again.
A 5 pound sack of potatoes will charge your telephone and more.
How,
Put one wire in one end of the potato, one wire in the other end of the potato, and hook it up to your USB charger, and it'll charge your dang telephone.
really? Okay, now we all have to try that because that actually sounds awesome.
I could take a potato and put a light bulb with 2 wires coming off of it, stick one in one end of the potato and one in the other end of the potato, and light up the room.
I did not know that. Who else
See
knew
what
that
I
in the
mean?
chat? We have 32 people in here. Welcome in, Belt Loop and Steven.
We learned that in 5th grade. That a potato would conduct electricity.
I did not know that.
I was down after Katrina, down there at the dome. You know how many people died of dehydration because they could not? One person, 10,000 people And not one person could remember their fifth grade education where you take water and you take liquid and you boil it to steam and you recapture the steam and it's drinkable. And I don't care how many dead bodies is floating in it. You take a 55-gallon barrel and you put it on top of a brick, get a fire underneath it, and fill it up with that dirty ass water. Hang a tarp over the top of it so when the steam hits the tarp, it runs back down into a bottle or a jar, and you got drinking water.
Yep.
But
That
not
I did
one
know.
person out of 10. There was saint banners everywhere made of vinyl to capture steam on. There was 55-gallon barrels everywhere. And there was enough trash to burn down a whole city. And 9 people died of dehydration, and 3 of those were babies. Because somebody couldn't remember, boil any liquid, turn it to steam, recapture that steam, and it's drinkable. Not necessarily palatable. You know, it's not Pierre water, but it'll keep you alive.
Yep. That it will. Minty Cactus goes, there she goes.
I know. I go off on the deep end about some of these things because it's stupid.
I agree. People, yeah, definitely.
You know, it's just like medicine. Everybody runs off to the pharmacy. Oh my goodness, I got arthritis and it hurts. Well, if you take a little bit of rosemary, pour a little vodka or corn liquor, whatever you got, over the top of it, leave it set for 10 weeks, you got a natural cure to help your arthritis. See? It's called rosemary tincture. And you simply put a little bit under your tongue and hold it there for about 30 minutes twice a day. And your joints don't crickle and crack anymore.
There you go. And welcome in, Gary. And yes, Miss Minty Cactus, thank you for the referral. That's how I met this lovely lady. And Brian, the other guy, also made the thumbnail for me, and I appreciate that. Hello, Miss Penny Ortiz. Welcome in.
Howdy, Penny. Howdy, Banty.
And people, yeah, you should be prepared because you never know when you're going to lose your power. It could be any minute. I do have a generator that's out in my backyard that I need to, thanks to her now, I will be doing this week, getting new gas, new oil, new spark plug, and firing that sucker up just in case.
And
Because
when you
I'm
buy
not
them
losing
spark
everything.
plugs, when you buy them spark plugs, buy 2 packs. One to
I'm
use,
buying
one
4.
to use. Okay?
Yeah, I buy 4 of them.
You get what you need. Okay? Now, I can take a fanny pack with certain items in it, crawl off into these here Ozark Mountain woods, and I'll have food, water, and shelter before the sun sets down.
I believe it. I
Like
believe you.
Minty Cactus, she's got a yard full of nutritional food called cactus.
Yeah. I believe you would be the type of woman that would go out into the woods and have a full-blown house, something to eat, power, a fire within an hour, because you'd probably wrestle a bear.
No, honey, I live in cave country. I live in cave country, okay? And I wear eyeglasses. And I've always got a means of making a fire as long as we got some sunshine because I wear glasses.
Yep. Use them as a little torch.
You know, there's little things that people don't know, you know, like that creamer, that powdered creamer you're putting off in your coffee, it catches fire real quick.
Exactly,
But you're
Gary.
drinking that stuff.
Right. Sure work. Yeah, I mean, this is awesome. make sure, for sure, Mike, we have an RV and a camper van. Oh, yeah.
And I don't make no money on this, but it works for me. There's this book called The Amish Ways.
Mm-hmm.
Teaches you how to put a refrigerator in the ground that'll last you all summer long and all winter. Teaches you all kinds of medications, and it ain't but an eighth of an inch thick. You know, having books is the most important survival thing. I've got the natural herb book, the medicine book, the old ways book, because when the internet goes down, you aren't going to be able to AI or Google that stuff. Nothing more powerful than a good library when it comes to surviving.
You're right, Gary. A cotton ball and petroleum jelly. You can make little starters. Moan is full of knowledge. Good
Well,
choice
honey,
for the
I'm
interview,
making
Ed.
these. I'm making these lard candles. You see, I can buy lard with my healthy food card,
Mm-hmm.
and I just got these little yogurt jars, and I pour lard in them and stick a birthday candle down in the middle of them. And now you got light and heat in a jar. All you need is a ceramic, one of those terracotta pots.
Mm-hmm.
Light the candle, put a terracotta pot over it, and it'll heat a tent.
That it
Might
will.
not
I've
heat the
seen,
house, but it'll heat a tent.
but I've seen YouTube videos on that, and I was like, "You got to be out of your mind," and it works.
Of
It
course
does
it works.
work. But like she's saying, Jan, the Amish knows how to survive. Yes, they do. But having books, not digital books, people, hard copy books, paperback books that you physically can touch and hold in your hand when you lose power and you have to, have a candle to read. Those are the books we need. I want that book, and I'm going to look for that book. I
I
think,
have I have the Encyclopedia of Organic Gardening encyclopedias. I've got the Good House, or the book on how to make electricity, how to build your own solar panels. I've got the book on all the medical herbs. It's called the Medical Old Ways Encyclopedia. And I have a library of books that teaches you anything and everything you need to know about being able to live back in the 1800s or 1700s.
nice.
And they're very valuable. I mean, sure, today I can go to the store and buy a candle.
Or you
But
can
what
just ask me for one and I
ain't
can
no
make it.
store? You know? I mean, sure, I can go to the store and I can buy a bucket of lard. I can also kill me a wild pig and get all the tallow I need to make me some candles. But
That's
I know it. I know how. I don't have to go to the book because I already know how. But there's so many folks out there, honey. I had a guy, this is no lie, I got to tell you this story.
go for
Young
it.
man came home from Afghanistan, right? Now, this boy went through basic training. He went through AIT. He's in his early 20s. I think he was 22. And he come to visit, and I said, why don't we fix some steaks out on the fire? He goes, okay, I'll build the fire. I said, all right. And I handed him a big old handful of small kindling, and some newspapers, and about 3 little logs. And I handed it to him, told him where the fire pit was. I sat there in astonishment as I watched him put them logs on the bottom. Then he stuck that kindling wood right on top of them. Then he wadded up that newspaper, set it on top of the kindling, and struck a match. You built the fire backwards. It never hit that fire. That paper burned up, Never did get that kindling on fire. And them logs, honey, that's cold as could be. And I wanted to know how he went. My goodness, you went through the service and you don't even know how to build a fire?
That's not good.
They couldn't make it. They're not going to make it. I mean, while your kids are sitting there on their telephones, everybody's out here scrolling on their phones, okay? No. My youngins was out in the field learning survival techniques. How to make a proper stitch. How to create antiseptic from aloe vera or mullein or stonecrop. How to identify those things. Mullein. I've been smoking since I was 5 years old. I'll admit it. Still smoke. Went to the doctor. Did you quit smoking? No. Well, your lungs are absolutely clear. What are you doing? And I said, I'm taking mullein every day. It keeps my lungs and my bronchioles cleared out of any nicotine that might stick to them and washes it away. Of course, when you find mullein in the woods, that's what you're going to go looking for when you got to go take a dump in the woods. Because the leaves are like soft little rabbit ears, pervary and toss. In fact, some people call it rabbit ear. Because it's the best for wiping your butt and gives it medicinal care while you're doing it.
Hello, Kinfolk Farms. How you doing, Shane? And Shane, in a minute, I have a question for you, so don't go nowhere. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about, people. And this is not bashing anyone and all that. Welcome in, Devil Dog. The older generation, they know how to survive. This newer generation needs to learn from the older generation now, not later. Because when the disasters do happen, which they do a lot, the older generation is going to survive. The newer generations are going to cry like little girls. So start learning this stuff, because that's what I do every day. I listen to Jan. I watch the older generation on their prepping. I even watch, Bushcraft Family, as old as he is, and he knows how to survive. Kinfolk Farms, I'm watching how he does stuff to prepare and all that. So we all need to learn from the older generation and getting these books, not digital books like Brian, the other guy, said. Get the hard copies. Learn from the Amish, because my advice, my opinion, the Amish know how to survive, because
when no other community can make it, the Amish won't even know there's been a disaster.
Exactly.
Mona Moments.
Mona Moments.
With 2 capital M's.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, so people. Yeah.
Honey,
Folks,
I am crazy. I got papers to prove it.
Eddie is in the basement. Devil Dog is talking to her, so that's why she's answering. Did you hear what she said about Branson, Eddie? Okay.
Honey, we honor our vets here in Branson 365 days a year. You come to Branson, let us know you're a vet. We're going to give you a discount on your rooms. We're going to give you a discount on your meals. We're going to give you a discount on your entertainment tickets 365 days a year. But if you come during Veterans Week, not Veterans Day, Veterans Week starts on November the 5th and goes through the 10th, with it ending with the parade on the 11th. Honey, we'll feed you free every day at the mess hall at Veterans Village. We're going to give you special shows. We even IMAX Theater even runs a special early morning veteran movie marathon every day during that week. And right now, for the 250th birthday celebration, we got something special going on in Branson for our vets every single weekend. The next couple of weekends is Rally Point Branson. You can look it up on explorebranson.com or go to the Branson Veterans Task Force website, and you are going to find all things veteran in Branson. In fact, Silver Dollar City this year, in honor of our vets, is giving a substantial discount all year long to veterans and first responders. So, if you're a vet, the Branson's the place to be. We are proclaimed the most patriotic city in the entire United States. And sometime this year, we got a special guest coming. He won't announce when he's coming except 7 days before he gets here, and his name's Donald J. Trump.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Hold that thought. Penny Ortiz has a question for you. But before I post it, I got to say something to Kinfolk Farms. Shane, I just watched your video. Don't you think it's time to run a water line all the way to that garden of your muscadines instead of yanking those hoses all these years? Last 6 years, I've known you. You've drug hoses clear across your property. Get a trencher. Hard pipe that stuff over there, mister. Good video, though, by the way.
Or buy
Bushcraft.
you some 55-gallon drum or 15-gallon drums and poke one little tiny hole in the bottom of it. Fill it up with water and put it at the base of your plant, and it'll water it most of the summer for you.
There you go, Mona. Can you read what's in front of you there on the screen?
No, honey, I can't see the chat.
It says, "Did you know that the wild lamb ears works much better than as a toilet paper in need? Much better."
Oh yeah, it's softer. And the rabbit ear or the mullein is their clinical name. Plant. It's like it's a family to the aloe vera, and the inside of it is an antibiotic. So when you're out in the woods and you're wiping your fanny, you might want to use it because it's very medicinal to that backside hole.
Yep. And Shane, I understand that.
Yeah.
What's
When
up,
everybody was searching
Robert
for
Charles
toilet
Bush?
paper, I'm sitting here going, yeah, I remember my toilet paper. We got 4 books every year. They was called Mall Bell telephone books. And when a new one came in, the old one went to the outhouse. It said on the fold, it ripped you out a page. Telephone books was nice. The paper was nice and thin. You know, I've used magazines, but you got to sit there and rub that magazine paper and crunch it and rub it, make it soft enough. You know, it's really hard times when you have to use a corn cob, and you always use a white corn cob, a red corn cob, followed by a white corn cob, so you can make sure you got clean and don't have to use another white corn cob. And I've done that.
Well, I'm definitely learning some stuff today. And Stephen, I understand what you meant by that. This is definitely a good interview. Don't use
I'm glad you're
sandpaper
like that.
as toilet paper. Just saying. Yeah, no one's going to do that, Gary. Maybe. No, never mind. Todd, sorry listening. She is adorable and full of knowledge. Yes, she is. Very much. But when I got to talk to her for a few minutes yesterday, and she was telling me about all this stuff, not this last part about toilet paper and stuff like that, or the corn cobs. Eddie, stay away from the corn cobs. of what they do. What those are the phone books from way back when is what you're using now, Eddie. Is they support the police, the firefighters, the ambulance drivers, they're veterans. And like Shane said, Branson is claimed the best, this, for them to honor their vets and all that. We need the rest of our country to actually honor our vets and support them because I know, like with Eddie, myself, Butler Family Farms, I don't go to the VA. Mine's a lot more difficult to understand why. But Eddie goes to the VA, Jerry goes to the VA, whoever else is a veteran may use the VA, and it's hard as hell for these guys to get what they need. It's like pulling teeth, and they shouldn't have to do that.
That's because
Our country,
they don't know the words to use. Excuse me, I want my Veterans Choice Card. Trump did pass his first term. He did pass Veterans Choice. And if you go into your VA and you tell them you want your Veterans Choice Card, it works just like my Medicare card. At any hospital or any doctor, they just take the money out of a different fund. But if you
yeah.
don't ask, they're not going to volunteer the Veterans Choice Card. You have to insist on it.
Can one of my mods drop Mona's link, please? You're exactly right, and I know a few people that do use the VA, and they don't have problems. But I know some that do, and I just think our country should recognize our vets a lot more than what they do, and help them out more than what they do. We, you know, for myself, I went in to serve because I wanted to, not that I had to. Eddie went in because he wanted to, not because he had to, right, Eddie? Or okay, I just want to make that clear. Jerry went in back probably 1942. Yeah, Butler Family Farms was probably drafted because he is like ancient, and no, but he can always watch the replay. Uh, Ace has been dropping Mona's link. Ed, okay, the K Mac. Okay, I see. I did. Yep, sock. I remember sock now. Now, when you
Well,
guys
my
say sock,
brother, go
what was
ahead.
that?
I'm sorry.
No, no,
My
you're good.
brother, my brother Merle, not Merle, but Jr. Okay, he got to go in because he decided to drop a couple of M80s in the high school toilet system and blew up the pipeline. And the judge gave him a choice. He could enlist in the army or go to jail, whichever one he preferred.
Right.
Said it was the best decision he ever made. He
Yeah.
went in the army.
Yeah. Devil Dog is in the Marines. I was in the Navy, Butler Family Farms, which is not in here, which I'm surprised because he normally does come in, even if it's for a few minutes. He was in the Navy. Sock was Marine Corps, right? Devil Dog? KMAC project. He was in the Marine Corps. Chair Force. Ralph Webb's Webb was in the Chair Force because they all just sat in their seats when you join the Air Force. You don't have to do much. Ed, hearing that totally breaks my heart. To offer Mona a donation to help her organization if she thinks that would be okay. Well, that would
Yes,
be
it's
up to
called.
her.
I have a Cash App. Ready? I have a Cash App. Okay, it's Cash App Bug Tussling. BUGTUSSLING. If anybody wants to help, and I'll make sure I spend it on the extras I get for my first responders during Thanksgiving. A lot of places donate, like Build Right donates turkeys and 5 pounds of potatoes with each turkey and a loaf of bread. But I make real dressing. I don't make no boxed cornbread dressing. I make good old fashioned dressing. I even toast my own bread. I cut up my celery and my onions as real. I use real herbs. I don't use that powdered stuff. And I spend quite a bit of money on dressing and I don't use 5 pounds of potatoes ain't gonna feed no fire station. Okay, them folks will eat 10 pounds of potatoes each one of each entity. So I do a lot of cooking, and if you donate, I'll make sure that everybody gets good stuff. Homemade
Awesome.
bread. I don't send them
Um,
that loaf of bread. I use that for dressing. Okay, but I send them homemade rolls made from fresh flour and lard and yeah, good stuff.
that's awesome. So, if anybody wants to donate to help her help the vets and the organization she's in, she does have a Cash App. Ace posted it. Bug Tussler Cash App.
We also have a website called convoyofhonor.info. That's
Anybody write that down?
convoyofhonor.info.
If you guys, if
www.convoyofhonor.info.
there you go. So if someone wants to post that also, you can screenshot it, save it, and then you can go and check it all out. That was awesome. Okay. Any more people have questions for our lovely guest?
Ask me anything, I'll come up with an answer.
You got to love this lady. There you go. They got it posted. So if anybody wants to take a screenshot of this, it's .com, www.convoyofhonor.com info. Right, Mona?
Yeah. Yeah, convoyofhonor.info. Yeah.
Okay, so just type in info too on there, and you guys will get what you need. Mona, you are blessed. A blessing.
Well, the good Lord put me here for a reason. He's keeping me here for out of cruelty.
I know, Paul. Where? Okay, here we go. Todd Saul, where did the name Bug Tusser come from? That's
That's
unusual.
my word. That's my word. I invented it. There's a place called Bug Tussle, Texas, and a Bug Tussle, Arkansas, I believe. But bug tussling is a verb. It's an action word, and it means the meaning of it. Because I went and got it. I went to the state of Missouri and got the fictitious name registry and all of that in order to have bug tussling. And that word means to go and make strangers smile. And see, I am a bug tussler. I work every day to make some stranger smile. And whenever you bug tussle somebody, you got to inform them they've been bug tussled so that they are now obligated to go bug tussle 5 more people. And most people will accept the challenge.
There we go. All right. A question from the other guy from Having Fun in Nature. What do you think is the most important plant for us is to consume?
The most important plant, Uh, Probably wild lettuce, greens. You know, your greens are very, very good for you. Will help give you not only protein but vitamins that your body needs. Um, the most important thing is knowledge. If you not have knowledge of the fruit and fauna that grows in your particular area, a lot of things are edible. Yeah, when I saw the deer eating my gladiolas, I figured they were tasty. So I had to try them, and they ain't bad. Dandelion's got you can eat the flower, you can eat the leaves, you can eat the root. Dandelion's a good one, and it grows everywhere.
That I did know. That was one thing I did know. Okay, Gary, isn't that where? Oh, they're talking about something else. What is this one? New to the world word. Hey, Ann, welcome in. Anyone else got any questions? Eddie, do you got any questions? Oh, he muted himself. What are you cooking? Oh, good lord. So that's what, a 12-hour video? Oh, that's right. So you're not really cooking then. If it ain't videoed, it ain't really happening. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Smoked some eggs. A steak. Okay. Nice. What, you got an army coming over to your house or something, or the Marine Corps? No, that's true. I recorded him. Yeah. Well, the other guy says videos or it didn't happen. And then Devil Dog's keeper, I recorded him. So now you have proof that you actually did something today because Jamie's on it.
You know, life's too short to live in the tomorrow, and it's too hectic to live in the past. It's a little hard to do. I wish that people could just live in the moment. I'm not guaranteed the next second in life, so I better enjoy the second I'm in.
Yep. And I wish a lot of people could do that. And I try my best just to live day by day.
Yeah, I don't have a rear view mirror. I tossed it off the card when I took the back seat and let somebody else do the driving of my life. I just step out one step at a time and takes me where it takes me. And sometimes it's taken me to some real strange places.
Yep. Why? Because you ate it already? Jamie, or did he take a nap, Jamie? I finally went to bed at 12 o'clock this afternoon for 3 hours. It's good for you. Oh, not changing the subject. Um, I do appreciate you being here. Not you. I mean, I do appreciate you too, Devil Dog, but I'm talking about Mona. Um, yes, I agree. I agree with that. That's the first time I'll ever agree with Eddie right there. Oh, that's actually the second time. Um, a lot of you folks know, and Jan, you'll like this one. Eddie, I told you about this. I have my tiny house next door. Well, about 3 months ago, I lost the keys to my tiny house. And I didn't want to go buy a new lock or nothing like that. I just said, the hell with it. I just won't lock it up. Until I'm ready to move into it, then I'll buy a new lock. Well, guess what, folks? I found my keys yesterday to
Where
the
were
tiny
they?
house. Well, this is the kicker. I Nope. They wasn't even in my house. This is what got me surprised. I was given a portable washer dryer combo. That sucks. It took over 7 hours to dry one pair of pants and two shirts, so I didn't like it. Well, I know they
Yeah.
do, but let me finish, Eddie. Well, the pair of jeans I had on at that time, I threw in there to wash because the washer part works great. Well, I guess the keys were in my pants and I didn't know it. So they've been sitting inside this washer dryer combination for the last 3 months in a rubber seal that goes around the door because you know how it has the opening so it'll catch stuff that's coming towards the door? Yes, Eddie. Yes, you are. We know. So they had fell out of the pants into there, and when I went to take it yesterday to the dump or to the scrapyard, I it fell over and I saw the keys. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! These cannot be the keys to my tiny house. I went and checked them, and I have them now. And now they sit on my frick. Whoa, crap! Now they sit on my key ring. So I'm not losing these again.
Well, that's when you go get you a spare made. Smart people are prepared for something might get lost in the river or something.
I got both of them.
I had a question in the chat. Somebody wanted to know about my hat.
That would be simply Jan Homestead because she has a crazy sister that wears some crazy looking hats. Or are those
Okay.
your hats, Jan? I can't remember.
This hat is called my Hat of Heroes. Okay. Every ribbon and pin and flag on this was given to me by a vet. And inside this hat and all along the outside of this hat are signatures, and every signature is that of an American vet. It's a way of keeping my vets on my mind. Now, I used to make these hats here in Branson till I lost my supplier, and I had a story that went with them that told about everything that came with the hat. It said, don't go looking for no flag, 'cause I done stuck one in. And if you meet them stars, you get their autograph, 'cause I supplies you with a pen. You can keep all your ticket stubs right there in the trap, and that way you can figure out exactly where you're at. And then once your name gets writ upon my heart, hillbilly hospitality will start. 'Cause all the cousins are going to know your family, 'cause you're going to have a screw loose, just like me.
That's
Now that's the
awesome.
story of the hat.
Yes, Demoose. I lost both of them at one time. I know. All right, Old Man King. So, K-Mac, my sister lives in Branson. My mom and dad live in Forsyth. I used to live right outside of Forsyth. I had 10 acres of property out there. And Jan can verify that too. So if no one wants to
Man, do you
believe
know
me.
why I hung on to that 10 acres no matter what? 'Cause this place is growing by leaps and bounds. We're going to be the Forsyth before you know it.
Yeah, but the reason why I didn't, for one, I was going to end up having to take care of some. Let's put it this way: I would have had a graveyard on somewhere on 10 acres there.
I can do that here. We have castle law. Yeah, the minute you step on my land, I have a right to bury you in the backyard.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of all the hassle, plus me living out where I did, I destroyed my pickup truck. I ripped the front tire off of it because of the road.
Yeah. Yeah, to live out in this here part of the country, the best thing you can own is a front loader or a backhoe on tracks.
Mona is Sock Monkey's sister's neighbor. K-Mac has a sister that lives in Branson, and
Okay.
his parents live in Forsyth.
Okay.
I've been there.
All right. Now I live at the Stagecoach RV Park, which y'all come and see us. We're putting in some glam spots. You pull in your RV and you got an full outdoor kitchen with stove and refrigerator, and you even got a hot tub right on your site with a privacy fence. $100 a night with your RV, and you can live in luxury. Plus, we got a clubhouse and a swimming pool and a laundromat. We even got a bark park.
A bark park.
Mm-hmm. For your
That's-
doggies.
Yep. That's just a different way of putting it.
Yeah, we got a bark park, and we even got asphalt roads. Got those this year. They was gravel up until then, but this last just before winter hit, we got brand new asphalt roads throughout the park.
Nice.
Really nice. It's really nice. That's why I thought they was gonna raise my rent. But they grandfathered me in. They ain't ever gonna raise my rent, and I don't ever have to move again. I'm happy. So, Ed, before I go, I want to give y'all a chance to listen to a story, if you don't mind.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I've told this story from coast to coast and shore to shore many, many times, and folks seem to like it real well. It's from a song that was written by a man by the name of Lee Mays out of Ozark, Missouri, and he sold the rights to a fella in black called Johnny Cash, and Johnny Cash did it as a song. Well, I do it as a story because I think it's a story that needs to be told. And those folks that know me know what I'm getting ready to tell. Those who don't are in for a treat. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I was a walking past this here county courthouse square, and on a park bench, an old feller was sitting there. So I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, feller, your old courthouse is mighty run down." And he said, "Yeah, but it'll do for our little town." I said, "Yes, sir, but your old flagpole, she sure is a leaning a bit. And, sir, that there's the raggediest old flag you got hanging on it." He looked at me and he says, "Honey, I think you need to have a seat." So I sat down. And he said, "I reckon this here's the first time you've been to our little town. You see, honey, folks around here, we don't like to brag, but we just happen to be mighty proud of that ragged old flag. You see, she got them powder burns the night that Francis Scott Key sat watching her as he was a-riding. Oh, say, can you see why she got cut with the sword down there in Chancellorsville? And she got cut again up there on Shiloh Hill. Why, she got that little bitty hole there the night that General Washington took her across the Delaware. Why, she got a big old rip down in New Orleans when Packingham and Jackson went tugging at her seams. Why, with Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, honey, that old south wind blew mighty hard on that ragged old flag. Why, she got that great big old hole back in World War I from the shell of one of them big old German Bertha guns. And I'm sitting here to tell you, I seen her turn blood red in World War II. And she hung limp and low a time or two. But she went to Korea. And she stood right beside them young boys over there in Vietnam. And proudly, she did 100 days in Saudi, out on the burning sand. You know, baby, that old flag, why, she's been everywhere she's been sent by her Uncle Sam. And proudly, We have always waved her from ships out on the briny foam. But the truth is, we've just about quit waving her right back here at home. Why, in her own homeland, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, and refused. And this here government for which she stands, why, it's scandalized throughout the land. Why, do you remember when terrorists came out of the sky and thousands of people would suffer and die? When 911 was the call, when on 911 those towers did fall. But Americans, they stood up and they gave her a hand. And proudly upon that graveyard, that flag did stand. Now I know you might think she's threadbare and wearing kind of thin, but I happen to think she's in pretty good shape for the shape she's in. You see, darling, I'm the old feller that raises her up every morning, and I take her down every night. And I ain't never gonna let her touch the ground. And I'm always gonna take the time necessary to fold her up right. Well, on second thought, I do like to brag, 'cause I happen to be mighty proud of that ragged old flag. The end.
That's awesome. Everybody's saying they love that story. So they must have heard it more than once.
Yeah, they made me tell it every night at meetings when we was on the convoy, the People's Convoy, going from Ohio to D.C. to Hagerstown to New York City, and the Peace Bridge and all those things. Yeah, I even told it at Niagara Falls. I
Nice.
told it on the steps of the Capitol building.
That's a good story, though. Welcome in, Lacey. Good to see you. But I appreciate you coming up, and I'm glad you got your computer going, because I told people we may have to reschedule this, but we didn't have to after all.
I
You
didn't
made it.
stop working till I get it done.
Exactly. So, people, if you're not subscribed to Mona, her link has been posted. Ace just posted it again. And go check her out and
I'm
enjoy.
Mona Miller on Facebook. I'm also Cousin Jesse on Facebook. Cowboy of Honor on Facebook. So, and I'm easy to find. If you just ask AI what's the phone number for Mona Miller of Branson, it'll come up. I have one of the public phone numbers because I use one of these old-fashioned flip phones, and I never got internet put on it. It's just unlimited talk and text. So you can call me anytime. If anybody wants to post my phone number, it's 417-239-4320. And if you're coming to Branson, give me a call. Perhaps we can meet up someplace. Thank you, Paul Honeyman. Ooh, his dog went off on somebody. Ruff, 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 ruff. Yeah, he did. Boy, he's got one of them nice fancy chairs. They're too tall for me. I'm too short for them tall chairs. Ah, Grub. Grub, huh?
Yeah, my neighbor just that lives right next door to me just brought me this plate.
Oh my goodness gracious, honey, are you ever going to have something to lap a lip over?
I'm putting this in the refrigerator and having it for lunch tomorrow. This is awesome. But I knew he was going to do that. He was cooking something up. You are welcome, but I take no credit for Mona. She is her own story. Everybody's saying great interview. Brian did a great job on the thumbnail, which I had them do it for me because
Yes,
I
there's
still
a
don't know
new
how to
place.
do it.
There's a new place that actually serves real smoked barbecue, and it's at Fall Creek Resort, and it's called The Stop. I believe it's called The Stop. They have karaoke night there too. It's on Fall Creek Drive when you get into Branson off of 165. And other than that, no, there's no more good barbecue. Everybody wants to put rub all over it and make it just be all about the rub. And I'm sorry, I like the taste of cherry wood and hickory wood and mesquite wood and apple wood in my barbecue. I want to taste the meat. I don't want to taste some artificial pepper rub.
I have pecan.
I have wild cherry.
Well, when I tell you I have pecan that will last me at least the next 5 years or more because my
Yeah.
neighbor had a 100-year-old tree blow over on his house. And I got the entire tree, and it took me forever to cut that stuff up. And I still got 4 huge logs that I still got to cut up.
You're right. All you need is salt, pepper, and good smoke. You're right.
Exactly.
I got a place here called Big D's Barbecue. He told me that he had the best barbecue in town. I said, well, I'll tell you that after taking one bite. And I took one bite of his rib and I gave it back to him and told him to give me my money back. That ain't rib, that's rub.
That's good.
But the other day I ordered from this new place over here at Fall Creek Resort called, I believe it's called The Stop. Don't guarantee me on that, but it's on Fall Creek Drive, and it's at the Fall Creek Resort area, and off of 165. And I ordered just to see, because every time I get a place that's barbecue, there's really only one good barbecue place, and it's in Kansas City, Kansas. And it's called the Rosedale Barbecue, and it's located right across the street from the slaughterhouse. And it's been smoking meat for 140 plus years in that same smoker. It has not ever been turned off in the last 140 years, and it's the smoker that makes the meat.
I agree.
And Rosedale has barbecued ribs that you eat the gristle. I can chew the gristle and I ain't got no teeth.
Where'd you go,
So
little
if you ever
brat?
get into Kansas City, Kansas, get down off 7th Street and Rosedale and go to the Rosedale Barbecue.
I've got a few pieces of meat that I need to smoke here soon, but I'm going to wait till after. I think I'm going to wait till July to do that because I got a meetup to go to in, I think, 11 days. Then I've got to go all the way to Missouri to go to another meetup.
Where's that at?
Jan, where's your meetup at? If she's still here. It's a state park. Hold on, let me see if I still have it. I hope I didn't delete it. And I did, of course. I'm not exactly sure. I know it's June 5th through the 7th. Does anybody know exactly where Jan's meetup is?
Todd, I'll try that this year if I can. Real easy. It's called flour, water, and raw yeast.
I'm going to do a sourdough starter here soon. Oh, here we go.
Gasinade, oh, that's clear down the boot hill.
It's a 7-hour drive for me, or an 8-hour drive for me, and I got to start looking for a rent-a-car, or I'm not going to be going. And then she's going to have the posse come after me. I have to be at that meetup, or I'm in big trouble.
Well, you need to mark on your calendar the Convoy of Honor meet up. We are going to meet on the 10th of November. It looks like we're going to be at the Silver Dollar City Campground. We're going into parade on the 11th and the convoy on the 11th. And then on the 12th, we're all getting together and taking the shuttle bus and going over and seeing Silver Dollar City's 250th birthday Christmas celebration.
Nice.
So try to make arrangements. Let me know ahead of time, because we've reserved 10 sites and a 7 sleeping cabin for the event. We can double up on the sites with extra tents and vehicles, so it's no big deal. We got extras coming, but we've reserved 10 spaces for that event.
Okay.
We do ask folks to go to the Convoy of Honor and contribute. Pay in advance if you can. And we still do that advance pay through the Cash App, the Bug Tussling Cash App. You just have to let us know it's for the Convoy of Honor when you donate it, so I know that money goes for that.
Right.
Okay. We're
Sounds
hoping to
good.
raise enough money. We're going to try to put in the parade. We're looking to put a float that carries the official flag of every war or conflict the United States has been in over the last 250 years. Hey, did you all know that the World War I flag had 15 stripes, not 13? And it carried 48 stars?
No, I did not.
I didn't either till I asked Jim and I to make me a list of the flags and the conflicts. There was a lot of conflicts I forgot about. Okay? You know, the American Indian War, the Spanish American War, the War of 1812. You know, you remember the big ones, but the little ones we forget about.
Right. I have a flag sitting over here, protected. It's an old flag. It was used. It was brought down from where I work at, and I asked him if I could have it. And I'm giving it to an old veteran for his property in Arkansas. And he's going to this meetup in June, and I'm going to hand deliver it to him so he can put it up at his place. Because if I put a flag up in my yard, this so-called code enforcer is going to have a freaking conniption fit, which I'm going to do it anyways, because I want to watch her have a conniption fit and tell me to take it down. And I will record that.
Did you see where the guy had one of those homeowner associations told him he couldn't fly an American flag in his front yard?
Mm-hmm.
So he painted his house like American flag.
Yep.
The whole house. Now tell him he can't fly his flag.
I mean, for anybody to say you cannot fly an American flag in your yard, on your property, anywhere, shouldn't even be able to be allowed to stay in the United States. They need to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do.
You know, I
Indeed.
always said rules were meant to be broken.
I'm going to break every rule I can.
I don't ask for permission. I simply ask for forgiveness after I've already done it.
I won't even ask for forgiveness.
You know. They told me I couldn't fly a Trump flag on the property, but they didn't say I couldn't fly one so it could be seen from my truck.
Well, I live in a small town here in Texas, and the city workers here for this small little town think that they're the boss of everybody that lives here. And I said, well, you have a boss. They go, no, we don't. I go, so the mayor's not your boss? And they're like, no, we tell her what to do. And she flipped when she heard that. So, just like they want me to do a permit when I go to tear this house down. And I'm like, I need a permit to demolition? They go, oh, yeah, that's anywhere in the United States. I go, no, that's where you're wrong. And they go, well, you're going to get it or we're going to fine you. I go, I guess I'll see you in court. And then the mayor goes, no, you won't, because you don't need a permit. So don't worry about it. I'm like, I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to tear this house. How I'm going to do it, it's going to be freaking hilarious. They said I don't need a permit to remodel the inside of my house. I can do anything I want with it. So I'm going to rip the floors out. I'm going to gut this place out, the one I'm in right now. I'm going to build a 16 by 28 building inside this house. When it's completed, I'm going to tear this big house down around it, and it's going to be sitting here. And they're going to be mad.
Oh, honey, I'll tell you, when I started my convoy of honor, I was polite. I went to the city, and they told me that, before I can have my convoy, I had to get a $6 million surety bond and a permit. They thought of a convoy like the movie Convoy. I had to make them look up what a convoy is. And when it said that any 3 vehicles traveling in tandem for protection is a convoy, I wanted to know, since we have bumper traffic on 76, how many convoys you got going on out there. I said, I'll tell you what, do you have a permit for a stroll? No, well then I'm going to call my convoy a stroll and not a convoy. Then I was going to put up a kitchen. Soup Mama was coming. She's going to put up her big tent so we could have an outdoor kitchen at our event, which I was going to be a rally. But they told me that I had to have a permit to have a rally, but they didn't have a permit for a hootenanny, so we had a hootenanny instead of a rally. And I was going to need a soup kitchen. I was going to need a health permit and everything else. And I said, what kind of permit do I have to have for a tailgate party? And they said, well, we don't have permits for tailgate parties. I said, okay, my tailgate is 8 foot wide and 65 feet long. I'll have a tailgate party. It's kind of like Biden made it a law. You could not drill for oil in the Gulf of Mexico. So Trump just changed the name, and no, we're not drilling in the Gulf of Mexico anymore, but we're drilling like crazy in the Gulf of America.
That's awesome. That's how you got to get around stuff. It's kind of crazy how people want to dictate of what you do on your own property or anywhere, and I'm not that type of person to follow rules. I never was, and
No. My
it is
family
what it
still
is.
100. We still own 77 acres that was acquired in 1857 out in Galena. Okay, 77 acres. We got a whole bunch of waterfront. We got James River as well as Table Rock waterfront, and don't come through the gate without us knowing you're coming. Because there'll be room for one more in the backyard tonight. And we got a backhoe to make sure you get deep enough.
I have a sign that was given to me by this channel right here, and it states, "No trespassing," and we're tired of hiding the bodies. So
Yeah, that's a good one. We've got one that goes on the farm that says, is there life after death? Trespass here and find out.
and then I got this one just a couple weekends ago that I'm gonna put on my front door to be careful. Sasquatch might get you.
Yeah, well, we used to raise wolves. We have since lost all our wolves. They had passed away. But we used to have, we'd tell people, those wolves will run 40 mile an hour, and they don't care who they eat. And we had full blood, they were 16 They was 15/16 wolf.
Oh, wow.
And believe me, bear could smell you coming from 5 miles away. So now we have pit bulls and mastiffs, and they're just as good, except they'll lick you to death before they eat you.
Yeah, a lot of people are agreeing. I do when I'm at work. I follow the rules. When I'm driving an 18-wheeler, I follow the rules. When it comes to where I live, there is no rules except mine. Because I have two rules when you're at my house. I'm right all the time. Rule number 2 is refer back to rule number 1.
Yeah,
Because it's my house, I'm right. And I
yeah.
will break everything. I don't care. And
And the only
fermented
opinion
cactus,
that matters is my own.
right? And fermented cactus. The mayor's husband is the fire chief. I was on the fire department here. They stopped letting me go to the fires and all that in the meetings. I have no clue why. They would burn the house down for training. They would not tear it down. They would burn it down, and I'm not burning this house. I will tear it apart piece by piece because I'm going to use most of this lumber in this house to build another one because it's my parents' house. So I'm going to take part of them and put it into this house and into my tiny house I got sitting right out here behind me. So that's why I won't let the fire department touch this place. Because then they'll burn down my tiny house too because they're not that bright. They're not. I'm sorry.
You could try to burn down your house after you've torn it all down, except for a 4x8 sheet of roofing wood, because the roofing wood was rotten and it was covered with asbestos shingles. We removed all the rest of it. Yeah, and the state of Missouri fined me $125,000 for attempting to burn it down on my own property. After it rained, and I even had a pump in the pond and a fire hose sitting there and a great big huge bag of popcorn to watch it burn. Yeah, and I couldn't, I couldn't bury it. I had to have it hauled off by a hazmat crew because it had a 4x8 section with a hole through it that had what they thought was asbestos roof shingles. They had no proof.
Well, I know this roof here is a newer roof. It's like 25 years old because me and my dad is the one that did it. So all the old material's gone. But the funny part about it is I have a, in my backyard, it was an old storm shelter that you could never use. So my son, when I was not living here, decided to start breaking off the roof of it to use it as a burn pile. Well, the only thing he didn't do was clean it all out first and dig up the floor because it's 8 inches of concrete. So when it rains for like a week straight, I have a swimming pool instead of a burn pile.
It's called a cistern.
Okay.
It's a
It's a burn-
cistern.
It's a burn pile right now. But the county says that is a patio. I'm like, it's a hole in the ground. They're like, it's a patio. No, it's a hole in the ground. Well, it's still a patio. I'm like, what is your definition of a freaking patio? Well, it's in your backyard and it's got concrete on it. I go, there's no concrete on top of there. Well, from what we see, there is. I'm like, you guys are blind because the only thing that's there is the side walls of a old storm shelter. Well, you need to take pictures and prove that. So I did. They're like, we consider that a patio. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are stupid. Robert Charles, hi. Hey, Texas Kit Kat.
Dad, my dogs are screaming at me to go outside and eat and
Okay,
everything. So I'm going to back on out of here and tell everybody in the chat thank you very much for coming, Tony. Sure appreciate you being here, and Minty Cactus and Simply Jan and everybody else and Devil Dog. I appreciate you all. And Eddie, call me anytime.
Alrighty. I will do
All
that.
right.
Thank you for coming up. We appreciate it. And it was awesome meeting you.
Hugs and blessings, my dear. Hugs
Thank
and
you very
blessings.
much.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye. Now, she had a problem coming in. Now no, there she goes. That lady's awesome. That was a very good interview. Funny is everything. And if it wasn't for Minty Cactus going live that day, I would have never met her. But I do have someone else, which is POV, Peach's POV, helping. There's a couple people that she knows, and I've actually been on their channel. I'll probably go on their channel tonight if they have one alive. And like I said, I'm branching out to different communities to interview people, and some of them are grilling, barbecuing, smoking, catering, businesses. They don't need my help to boost their channel because they have a lot more followers than I do. I just want to know how they did it, how they're doing it, and how the prices of gas and wood and all that affects them. So I'm branching out. Whose channel will you share it? Huh? Whose channel, Ed, will you share it? I don't understand what you mean. She was fun. Yes, she was. She was one of your best guests, Ed. Thank you, Jan. Yes, she is, Lacey. It was awesome. I've got to mix up my potting soil. I got to go outside and burn my grass, where I've got 3 garden beds, and try to fill them up and get them ready. Because I got a ton of cardboard over here I need to get out of my house. I don't know what you meant. Oh, you said you might go live with someone else. Oh, different channels. I'm not going to announce any channels yet until I get the verification that they will agree to go do the live stream. I will announce one. Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline. I did ask them the other night if I could interview them, and he said yes, that he will email me a way of getting in touch with him, and we can set up a time to do a interview with him. Since he is not in the U.S., we can learn ways of how they cook where he lives. Oh, you're not going to miss it. I'll let you know, Minty. Welcome back, Eddie. So, and yes, Brian, I'm going to burn the grass of where the raised bed's going to sit, and then I'm going to put cardboard in it, and then I'm going to put all my soil in it and get ready to take all these plants that you see right here and bury them. And then I'm going to try the snail. Yeah, she had to go. Ed, you are going to dress up like Cheech and Chong and burn your grass? Yes, Lacey. Funny. That's funny. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, the snail version of growing with bubble wrap and dirt. I'm going to try that here tonight and get it started. Because I want to get these onions going. But I want this soil to sit out there for a few days too. Make sure the cardboard has no ink, but careful with that. Yeah, cardboard's just going to be there just to make sure the grass doesn't come back up. I've done this many times in my career of playing YouTuber, so it's going to be fun. All right, do what? It's okay. I'm gonna see how much longer I decide I'm gonna stay on YouTube. I may do it just for another year and then just be done with it. I haven't decided yet. Some cardboards are full of chemicals. Yeah, I know. I know they are. Um, I was going to buy a roll of the weed barrier, but I forgot about it. Um, what's the F, Ed? Damn. No, I didn't even see that question. They're actually doing very well. If I turn the light on, you're not going to see them because watch, they go away very quickly. See, they gone. But these are these right here. They're lean. I thought they were going to grow upward, but Jan told me they won't. These suckers are huge, right? And I've got. I didn't mark what they were. I just threw them in here. I was excited about trying these, so I have no clue what they are. I know there's radishes in there, and three of the beans did not take for some reason, but three of them did. Then I got all my herbs on this side, which half of them took and half of them didn't. And I just don't understand all this crazy hydroponic stuff. The lights, it out. I know. Yeah. I thought Jan said he, he his own. I know how to garden there, bushcraft. But I will have 4 raised beds for right now to start. What's my question answered? I wanted my question answered. We love Ed. Stick with it and take a break when needed. Don't play. I always take breaks. I've been taking one. I've got 5 videos I've got to edit and put out, and I just don't feel like doing it. Um, so that's why I've just been doing live streams once a week and all that. And he read it wrong. Ed's talk smack all. Whatever. Um, so that is my job for today. I'm kind of tired. I ended up for some stupid reason staying up all night until about 12 o'clock. When Eddie finally decided to leave, shut down Gary's live today, I fell asleep and then got woke up at 3 hours later. So I don't want to hear quitty in years. Stop the BS. Whatever. Um, so I'm going to work on a garden. I've got to unload the back of my truck because I have lots of stuff in the back of my truck and a pallet full of the same stuff. So I got to mix all this stuff together. Hello, Kevin and Jan. Okay. Bug Tusser, you been amazing. Love you. Sorry, I'm tired. But what? Will you stop jumping on me? I took a 3 hour nap at D after being up from 4 o'clock in the morning the day before. Okay, and your point that about killed. I'm tired, but I'm tired. I've been up since I was up at 4:00 in the morning, Saturday morning, until 12:00 this afternoon today. Yeah. So I will be going to bed tonight and hopefully sleep more than 3 hours or 4. No, I've got what? See, people, this is the stuff I have to put up with. Eddie Hole does not listen. I just said I have to go. I know they can't. That's why I'm telling them. I have to. I told everybody heard me. I've got to go out and do this gardening stuff. And what does Eddie ask? Do you want to play Call of Duty? I love you too, Jan. So I am going to end this. I'm not staying on because I have things I have to do, Eddie. No, like go out and work on my gardening stuff and get the stuff out of the back of my truck so I can go to work tomorrow. Potting soil, compost, blood meal, bone meal, worm castings. And it will be gardening. Yeah. But do you see these plants that are sitting right here? I have to get those in the dirt. I got to get them out of here and get them in the dirt so they can grow bigger so I can have some vegetables. No, I'm using this one for seed starters and that one over there for my herbs. Yeah, they were live. Right an hour before me. See, and Tiffany's telling me to do what? Oh, yeah, she's mean. I'm going to bush something. Oh, cool. So I am going to let everybody go. I appreciate everyone coming in, and this was a fun interview. But I have a few things I got to do before it gets dark, and get things ready. And then, yeah, I know you do. And then, I'm going to make some coffee, more coffee. I think I drink more coffee than anybody on YouTube. Or I'm going to make my lemon balm tea. That stuff's really good. If any, Paul Honeyman, zip it. Freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say what I want. I I know. I know. I listen to him on MT Homesteads twice a week. We know he can. Yeah, see, you're saying this so he can't hear you. He's talking shit about you, Paul, about where you live. So I appreciate everyone. Everyone have a great Easter and all that. It's to me, I'm sorry, folks.
I would
but
not do that, Paul.
He's lying too.
Paul, I wouldn't talk bad about you, bro.
Now that food right there is going inside my refrigerator for tomorrow. I'm too sick to my stomach to eat anything. But everyone have a great
Bye, Tiffany.
Easter
Happy
dinner.
Easter.
And we'll catch you on the next live, or maybe you never know. I may put one of these 5 videos out in this next week or so. So we'll catch y'all guys later. Thank you for coming in.
I brought myself up.
Appreciate it.
What's up, other guy? Hoorah. Hoorah, Demoose.
Goodbye, everyone.